As we all know, Mace Windu was supposedly killed off in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin cut off his hand and Palpatine electrocuted him, thus making him fall out of the building. Many of us while watching that thought immediately that he was dead, but George Lucas as well as Samuel L. Jackson seem to disagree with this, and for a good reason. Let's answer the first question that we're all thinking. How did he even survive the initial fight and the initial fall? The first thought that popped into all of our heads was that he's dead, how could he survive such a fall? But as some of you know, Jedi are able to leap massive distances without a scratch. We saw Luke lose his hand and fall off a tower in Episode 5, and we also saw Darth Maul survive a fall, which was in fact a huge fall. How did they all do it? The Force. Another fact to take into account is that Coruscant is not a one-way fall. There are many different platforms he could have landed on. It is very unlikely he would have fell straight to the bottom levels of Coruscant. Another question you may be asking yourself is, what about the electricity used on Mace Windu? The electricity used on Mace Windu was not nearly enough to kill him. If you look at how much electricity Luke and even Emperor Palpatine himself survived, it should be a clear indication that Mace Windu would not have just died from the electricity. Another reason he would not have been outright killed is because of his importance throughout the Star Wars history. Mace Windu is only one of 2 Jedi to ever wield the purple lightsaber, in canon as well as the expanded universe. As many of you may know, the purple lightsaber represents a mixture of the light side as well as the dark side of the Force. This alludes to Mace Windu being more than your average Jedi, therefore it would be considered stupid just to outright kill such a unique character. Another question that may have graced your minds is, what would have Mace Windu done after he had survived the fall? As we all know, Anakin severed Mace Windu's right hand, therefore he would have had to go to the underworld of Coruscant to get a bionic hand. After he received this bionic hand, certain theories suggest he tries to flee to his homeworld of Huran Kal, after hearing of the fall of the Republic. In this theory, Mace Windu stays on the light side of the Force. Other theories say he was likely on a path to the dark side. Assuming Windu landed on his feet, he may have realized he made a mistake of going against Palpatine, and also realized the true power of the dark side. This theory also suggests he may have gone into exile and meditated, much like Yoda did when he realized how powerful Palpatine was. During his meditation, he may have tapped into his darkest thoughts and realized who he was. As the dark side thrives on selfishness, he wouldn't have dared challenge the Emperor again, therefore staying in seclusion and burying in hate. In this theory, Mace Windu supposedly returns as a bad guy. Final analysis. After reading through all the facts, I have come to conclude that Mace Windu is still very much alive. The only question to be debated is, will he even return? And will he return on the dark or the light side? I very much think that Mace Windu would have survived his initial confrontation because of how the Jedi were trained and how they can all leap and fall long distances without being hurt. In my opinion, I believe if Mace Windu does make a return, he will return still a Jedi, on the path of the light side. Although he didn't return to help with the actual rebellion against the Empire, I believe there are various reasons he could not return to help them fight. I'd like to know your opinion, so let me know what you think in the comments. If Mace Windu were to return, would he return on the light or the dark side?